Hello, I am your evil friend Pen, and welcome to my channel where I do whatever I want when I want. And today I want to talk about the wonderfully horrific world of clown husbandry. So, you might be thinking to yourself, hey Pen, what the hell is clown husbandry? Is this some sort of nightmare dating simulator that will haunt me forever? The answer to that is no. But what it is a genre of unfiction popular on Tumblr featuring the idea of a fictional species separate from humans called clowns that we keep as pets. It is a community created and carried by artists and writers, and in general just creatives holding a passion for this interesting community. How humanoid these creatures are tends to vary, but they usually lean towards the more animalistic side, I'm assuming because things get somewhat weird when you imagine putting a grown man in a cage as a pet. There are a few concrete behaviors, ideas, and breeds of clowns that people in the community agree upon, but nothing is quite concrete. Let's go into a rundown of the clown husbandry wiki, and I apologize if I do get any of this information wrong. Correct me in the comments. Starting with the beginner's guide. The beginner's guide kind of talks about some of the explanations I stated earlier, talking about a brief description of what clown husbandry is, and also how most of the information is made communally on Tumblr. So there are contradictions bound to happen. Most of the information is based on the actual history of the clown's real-life counterparts, though. However, afterward, you are let know not to let anyone else's canon mess up your creative flow. There is then a helpful infographic on how and where to get a clown if you want one of your own. The main terms introduced being breeders and shelters. Breeders are just artists in the community who are selling designs to sell. Note that you can breed your own clown, so to say, by drawing your own. Shelters are online makers such as Picrew, which are dress-up dolls that allow you to make your own clown without needing any artistic talent. Now onto an overview of the breeds. There are quite a few in there, so I'm just going to go into 3 for now. Starting with jesters. Jesters are an incredibly old breed of clown descended from the illustrious and now extinct court jester, and are known for their distinctive appearance consisting of opaque tights, capelets, puffy sleeves, and their pointed hat that typically ends in 3 points. Their diets usually consist of European and Middle Eastern sweets such as sweetmeats, dates, figs, mince pies, and candied fruits. Due to being a traditional breed, they need a habitat that reminds them of where they should typically perform in the wild, a la medieval circus tent. Their outside play area should be something along the same vein, as well as Renaissance fairs, medieval castles, or theaters. They are incredibly social creatures, doing best in troops, though that is not to say they are suitable entertainment for children, as they have a liking for lewd and raunchy humor. They tend to be a very excitable breed and get along well with most other breeds. Like most creatures in real life that are purebred, jesters tend to have poor health due to the inbreeding, and there have been recent efforts to include newer clowns into their gene pool to make the breed as a whole healthier. The history of jesters appears to go back to Egypt, but the first registered jester breed was in the Roman Empire. The extinct breed of the Balatrones, I think it's pronounced. It is not known what they looked like, but there are theories that they didn't have the pointed hats like the more recognizable jester breeds. There is evidence that they tended to be homed in rich households, although there is also evidence for more wild roots as well. In similar vein, there has also been similar time documented evidence of the domestication of fools. Jesters as well as jester lookalikes were very common, though, to pop up all around the world because of their ancient origins. They tend to not have very complex facial patterns, but more decorated coats. Next up is mimes. According to the wiki, the mime Tactus humerus is a species of clown very closely related to harlequin clowns and pirouet clowns. I'm definitely mispronouncing that. Mimes are very commonly confused with these two species due to a very similar appearance, and breeders often see if the mime's nose is honks or not, since it is one of the very few silent clowns. Mimes are typically tall, lanky, usually around 5'8" and higher. Mime's diet consists mainly of sweet baked goods such as cakes, croissants, and angel food cake, though do not make the mistake of adding frosting because, as well it is edible, it tends to cause problems later down the line as it adds too much sugar for a mime to be able to ingest. One of the biggest mistakes mime owners make, however, is buying store-bought bread, because many of them do not meet the Clown Health Association's CHA's standards. Mimes are usually fine in contact with other clowns, but thrive with harlequins and pirouettes. Finally, we have scare clowns. Again, directly quote the wiki, scare clowns are often large, intimidating-looking breed of clown with genetic ties to the big top and carnival breeds. In spite of their appearance, they have been known to be quite docile, though there are definitely reasons of why they are known to be unsafe, though that is usually due to misinformation around feral clowns. There are both wild and domesticated breeds of scare clowns. Scare clown isn't really one specific breed of clown, but is in fact a wide umbrella of clowns that evolved to, as the name implies, scare. Scare clowns are primarily a carnivorous breed, definitely needing a mostly meat diet, but have been known to indulge in different fruits, and it tends to be good to also give them live feed. Scare clowns unfortunately do have a bad reputation due to the prejudice of wild clowns, but if trained well can be great family pets. Scare clowns tend to prefer habitats such as woodlands, abandoned carnivals, amusement parks, and rundown buildings, although a dark tent is fine for domesticated breeds. Despite being carnivorous, they do tend to get along well with other clowns. The history of the breeding is quite complex, though it has been theorized that originally it was bred to be a sort of nanny for children. And now that we're done with what I feel like explaining today, let's go through some of the posts on Tumblr. The trap cane, or Arundaria delusionis, is a carnivorous plant related to bamboo with a hollow, twisted stems that form labyrinth network of tunnels. Those tubes are lined with oily, neurotoxic, and hallucinogenic secretions that give it a plastic-like sheen and cause disorientation in animals, potentially leading to dehydration or death. If they cannot escape, decomposition of trapped animals provides nutrients for the plant. contributing to its complex and diverse ecosystem, which includes creatures like clowns, particularly the scary clown breed, which appears to be immune to the plant's toxin and nests safely within the structure. The trap cane has been linked to historical cases of missing persons, particularly in the 80s when children were reported missing in areas known to have one of these anomalous plant structures. In response to the dangers, research has focused on mapping these plants and developing protocols for search and rescue operations using drones and robots to improve safety and understanding of the species. Y'all do know that jesters and harlequins are different, right? Harlequins may wear similar clothing to a jester, but there are a lot of differences. Firstly, harlequins are completely mute, similar to a mime, where jesters are extremely noisy and tend to make lewd jokes. In addition, their diets and preferred performance areas are separate. Jesters prefer traditional and Middle Eastern treats, think dates and bread, while harlequins are primarily carnivorous. Jesters prefer to perform in taverns and ballrooms, while harlequins enjoy forests and large cluttered rooms. Featured here is the life cycle of a clown, specifically illustrated through a circus clown, although individual characteristics may vary, such as shape and color of the camouflaged egg, the size and texture of the goofball, and the emerging colors of the jolly. All clowns undergo similar developmental stages. These stages encompass a diverse range of traits exhibited by young and adult clowns, influenced by their respective breeds or subspecies. Interesting. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of people going, my mime keeps fighting with my other clowns, and it's like, yeah, no shit. I can't believe I have to say this in 2023. Oh, this is old. Mimes are not social breeds. Like, you seriously can't expect a mime to share the same tent as a rodeo or a jester without any consequence unless they are raised together. Your mime is just going to perceive the other clowns as a threat. Prolonged exposure to close contact with another breed is damaging to your mime's mental health. It's not okay. Look after your fucking mime. I didn't draw anything special for Halloween, but have this clown beast I made a couple years back. Interesting. Let me go into the specific tag because apparently looking it up wasn't enough. Clown caviar. Improper. Okay, here's a good one. Improper clown housing. Enclosures like these do not provide the same comfort and safety that bouncy castles and bouncy houses and ball pits provide. Giving a bubble like this for your clown because you like the aesthetic is cruel. The see-through bubble will make your clown feel improperly hidden and or safe, which can lead to severe stress and panic attacks. This bubble will provide little to no enrichment for your clown. It can also be a hazard. Some clown breeds have poor eyesight, similar to how birds can't see glass and have poor depth perception. This is why having a brightly colored and padded walls, such as a bouncy house, are crucial for the safety of your clowns. Clowns deserve a place to feel comfortable and safe. These bubble houses should not be used as a replacement for a bouncy house or a ball pit. Sadly, I have seen them be marketed as 2-in-1 replacement for both. New clown owners need to be aware of this. Quick reminder to everyone before the holiday season that clowns are a big commitment. Do not give someone a clown as a gift without them knowing about it beforehand. Shelters always see a huge spike in clown drop-offs after the holiday because some people get clowns as gifts and can't take care of them. Please think before you get a clown. They have feelings just like you. Petition for a group of small clowns to be called a gaggle. Good morrow, fellow clown husbandress. I'm unsure if that is the correct term, but oh well, I suppose I will live. I'm currently doing a mass-scale research project on clans as a whole. My grandparents had 2 Paraguay clans that unfortunately passed away. I remember them fondly. I've heard the tale now that the Paraguay is not usually friendly around children, but to my memory, the Paraguay clans were owned by my grandparents were very sweet to my brother and I. Then it got me more into trying research, and eventually, when deciding upon my college major, I decided to choose clan husbandry. My college professor seemed very shocked when I came into the class. Apparently, it's very uncommon for people to choose this major. Unsure of why, but I'm guessing that's why my sources of information have been lacking outside of Tumblr. I am hoping once I get a better understanding, I can write a full-length text with some photographs that I'll be taking out in the wild. That allows people to understand clan husbandry better. Public service announcement. If you see a service/emotional support clan in public, do not interact. I'm tired of hearing story after story from my friends about how someone was distracting their service clan. If they have a vest on, they're working. End of story. Don't try to get them to honk, show you a magic trick, especially don't try to feed them. And I think that's about all for today. Let me know if you want any more content like this. Bye.